Hey lovely readers, it's a new month, and so you all know what that means. It's wrap-up time. For today's video, I will be doing a mashed wrap-up. I never did a wrap-up video for the books I read in April, so for this one I will be doing both the books I read in April and May, which there are a lot, so I'm not going to go too much into detail. I'm just going to show you what I read and then give you the star rating that I gave them. I read 13 books in April and 11 books in May. This sounds like a lot, but almost all of them are manga, and manga takes like an hour to read each. So I actually only read about 3 full novels each month, and then I am in the middle of a couple, and I will show you guys the ones that I'm in the middle of in my June TBR, because obviously I'm going to finish them this month. So to kick things off, the first book I read in April was Cress by Marissa Mayer. This is book 3 in the Lunar Chronicles. I started this at the end of March and finished it at the beginning of April, so I'm putting it in my April wrap-up. And I absolutely love this trilogy. I gave this, of course, 5 out of 5 stars. I cannot wait for next year for winter to come out because I need to know what happens at the end of this. It's seriously one of my favorite series right now, and I cannot stress enough, if you have not read this, to go pick it up. I then read Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott, and I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I liked the story and the plot and everything. I just was really annoyed with the main character. I didn't really like reading her. I didn't really like reading her thoughts at all, so yes, we have that one. I then started my manga, and the first one I read was Volume 2 of Nisekoi by Naoshikomi. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It's one of my favorite little slice of life mangas right now, and it's just so cute. I put this in one of my Manga Probe recommendations videos for the contemporary romance, and if you are interested in trying out contemporary romance in manga, this is a really cute one to try out first. So I highly recommend it. You should go check it out. And another contemporary romance comedy that I recommended in one of my Manga Probe videos is Toradora, story by Yuyuko Takemiya and art by Zekkyo. If you haven't seen any of my Manga Probe videos, I will leave a link to the video for my contemporary romance recommendations down below if you want to check that video out. But again, this is just a funny slice of life romance, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars because it's one of my favorites. That other one is like a new favorite of mine. This one has been one of my favorites for a while, and I've read it before, and I just reread it in April, and I loved it all the same. I then read Sankareya by Mitsuru Hattori, and this is another sort of romancy-ish. I have stated in several videos that it's kind of like zombie romance comedy. It's kind of how I've been advertising it as its genre, sort of. And I really liked it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The only reason I didn't give it 5 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed the story was the weirdness, the whole zombie romance thing. That kind of creeps me out a little bit, and that's why I didn't, when I read Warm Bodies, didn't like that a whole lot either. But other than that, it's really funny and really cute, so you should check it out. I then picked up another novel, and I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This is book 1 in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I really enjoyed this. I didn't absolutely love it as some other people have. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. It took me a little bit longer to read this one because the series got a lot better as it went on, but yes, for the first one I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I then picked up another manga, and it is Monster Hunter Orage by Hiro Mashima, and I was really looking forward to this particular manga. I really love this author's other works, especially one called Fairy Tail, one of the best hilarious comedy shonens that I've ever read and watched the anime for. So I was really excited to get to this. I did not know that this was based off a Capcom game until I saw that afterwards, of course. I have to say it was okay for what it was, but I gave it 2 out of 5 stars because I feel like it was kind of just ripping off of Fairy Tail, which it's done by the same author, so I feel like they were just kind of repeating the same sort of type of storyline. I didn't enjoy as much. I don't know if I'll be continuing this series, but it was okay, and I had fun with what I read. I then picked up one of my favorite series right now. It's definitely very popular. It's been mentioned on BookTube before, and that is, I read volumes 1 through 3 of Attack on Titan by Hajime Isayama, and this series is so good. I have mentioned this book series many a times, and I will leave a link with one of the videos where I kind of go into more detail about what the storyline is about. And of course, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It is one of my absolute favorite series right now, and I am up to date with collecting them. I've read volumes 4 and 5 this month already because they're so easy and quick to read, so those will be in my June wrap-up. If you're looking to start a manga series and you're new to manga, this series is the one to start with. Definitely if you're looking for more action an adventure type of story, go for this one. I have a lot of older manga that I found while going through some old boxes of mine, went through my mother's garage, and also recently my best friend gave me her entire collection. In fact, I don't know if you can see behind me, but it looks different from what it looked like the last video because I have added all of the stuff that she gave me onto it. And most of these are all really old series here, and one of them that I decided to pick up is Volume 1 of Zodiac PI by Natsumi Ando, and I have the entire series to this. There's only 4 volumes. This is a Tokyo Pop manga. Don't believe this book is in print anymore, but you can go online and read it, and it is basically a cute little mystery fantasy about this girl named Lily who goes around and solves mysteries. She basically can solve the issue through knowing who was murdered and what their zodiac sign was, and she uses magic to sort of figure out what happened. It was cute. Not one of my favorites. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Probably will pick up the other 3 series just because it's more a nostalgic read for me because I got these back when I was in middle school, and I really enjoyed the nostalgia part of it more than the actual storyline. The next thing I read is a graphic novel, and that is Amulet Book 3, The Cloud Searchers by Kazu Kibuishi. I've mentioned this series before. I really love the art in this book. It is an amazing middle grade graphic novel, so if you're interested in getting into graphic novels but don't want to start with the more intense adult stories, then this one's a really good one to go with. Plus the artwork in this is beautiful. Loving this series. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. The last one that I read in April was Dead Man Wonderland, Volume 1 by Jinsei Katoka and Kazuma Kondo. This I gave 4 out of 5 stars. An amazing seinen series. If you're not aware what seinen means, it is basically manga for adults. So it has adult-themed content in it. I will actually leave a link down below. I did a video last year, a long time ago, kind of explaining, I think it was like 9 genres of manga and what they all mean, because some of the genres have Japanese words to them and some people don't know what that means. So I do have a video for that, and I again will leave it down below if you want to check it out, but definitely check this one out. This is an awesome series, and I do have a video where I explain what it's about, and I will leave that down below too. To kick off May, I went ahead and read Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This is book 2 in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, and I absolutely loved this one. Way better than the first one. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and definitely made me want to pick up the 3rd book immediately. It had a lot more action in it, and I enjoyed it way more than the first one. The first manga I picked up in May was Siren by Toshiaki Iwashiro. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. The first new release in May that I read was The One by Kiracast. This is the 3rd and final book in the Selections trilogy, and I really enjoyed it. I did have some issues with some of the problems I felt like that weren't touched on or really resolved in that way, just because it was more relationship based and instead of, you know, world based and what was going on in the other plots other than the romances between the characters. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. So I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I then read volumes 1 through 4 of Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi. And I absolutely love this series. It's adorable. I did not think I would be into this series at all. I used to watch it when I was in middle school on TV, and I never thought I would be into it when I was older, and just from getting back into reading manga, I'm getting into all kinds of genre that I never really cared for beforehand, and I really can't wait to read more of this series because there's only 12 volumes in this, and I did not know that. I thought this was like a super long series, but it's not. Only 12 volumes, and I have the first 6, so I will be collecting the rest of this. I then read Monster Volume 1 by Naoki Urasawa, and I have to say, I don't know why I never picked up this author's stuff. This author is amazing, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this author's work right now. I read the very first one of this one, gave it 5 out of 5 stars, an amazing seinen thriller manga. If you like mystery, murder, thriller type books, and you want to read a manga, read this one. Craziness. And this was very expensive because the old printing of this particular book is really out of print, and it's very hard to get. This is, I got a used copy off of Amazon, and it's really yellowed, but other than that, it's in pretty good condition. But I just found out not too long ago that they will be republishing it, I think by a different company this time. So I was really excited to hear that, so I'll probably just get the newer releases of this when that comes out. But for now, this book blew my mind. And of course, with my obsession with that author, I then read Pluto by the same author, Naoki Urasawa. This is an awesome story that says it's based off of Astro Boy, which I've never read or watched Astro Boy before, so I don't know how it compares to that, but for what this book is, it's awesome. And another really awesome obsession by the same author, and I have one more series that I really want to get into by the same author, and I will probably be picking that up in June. Just telling you, this is my new obsession right now, and you will hear a lot more about this particular author. I'm probably going to do a separate video all on him and his works and what makes him so enthralling to me right now. But 5 out of 5, there's 5 out of 5. I wanted to go back to reading a novel, but not like a really dense novel, so I picked up Spirit Animals, Volume 1. The first volume is by Brandon Mull. Each volume in this series is done by a different author. This one is by him. The next one I think is by Maggie Stiefvater. Really cute middle grade fantasy. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And the last 2 books that I read in May were manga, and that is Limit, Volume 1 and 2 by Keiko Suenobu. And these are new manga for me. I haven't hauled them yet, so these are new for you guys to see. A little sneak peek for my next manga haul. Gave each of these 4 out of 5 stars. Really interesting story. Not going to go into detail about it because I'm probably going to go into detail more in a separate video, but 4 out of 5 stars. Really cool, intriguing survival story. Sorry if I was talking really fast. I was trying to get through all of the books without making the video super long. I will be filming my June TBR today, so you will see me in the same outfit. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I will see you guys later. Bye!